illegal drug that you grow.
Well, they called it wacky weed.
It's a plant that's grown and used as a drug.
It's a plant that is used for recreational and medicinal purposes.
Have you ever met that funny reefer man? Oh, that funny reefer man. If he trades you dimes for nickels, he says watermelons are pickles.
Marijuana, the dried leaves and flowers of the Indian hempweed, is used in the form of a cigarette. Marijuana smoking, experts point out, can make a helpless addict of its victim within weeks, causing physical and moral ruin and death.
This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Just say no.
Just say no.
After the 80s, when they started the Just Say No campaign, you'll see that marijuana was taken a lot more seriously now.
Riding around, smoking marijuana.
Yeah.
Well, first and foremost, when you were driving that day with your friends, you guys probably had the radio blaring, you were talking, perhaps not paying attention, and on top of all that, you were getting high.
I think they're pretty stupid. They come off as a joke.
I smoke weed. I smoke clowns like you on a b-ball court.
I don't know, they're creative. They, I don't know, are speaking to a younger age group.
Unfortunately, the videos that we have are, 15 years old, and the kids laugh more at the video than because things have changed.
I used health class as a intro to drugs class. I'd read about drugs in there, and they'd tell you all the effects. And if it sounded cool, I'd go find some.
If you look directly at ONDCP, which is the Office for National Drug Policy Control commercials, it'll show you the typical stoner, how they want to portray it, which is, one of my favorites is the grandma arranging a place and just kind of fidgeting with things on the table, and it says you can tell your grandma that you missed dinner with her because you were stoned.
I like the one when they're sitting on the couch. And they're if you want to get high and not do anything, go sit on Pete's couch.
Died. I didn't get into a car accident. I didn't OD on heroin the next day. Nothing happened. We sat on Pete's couch for 11 hours. Now what's going to happen on Pete's couch? Nothing. You have a better shot at dying out there in the real world. Jiving hard to the rim, ice skating with a girl. Now you want to keep yourself alive, you go over to Pete, sit on his couch till you're 86. Safest thing in the world. Me? I'll take my chances out there. Call me reckless.
That's what I want to do, sit on Pete's couch.
I think some of the newer commercials, they might listen to it. They may at least try to understand the message.
So, they are directly telling you, if you get stoned, you're going to be a horrible person, you're going to kill people, you're going to stand your grandma up and disappoint her, So I think they're directly telling you that not only, they don't even care that marijuana is bad for you. They're not focusing on that. They're saying, if you become a stoner, you're going to be lazy, you're going to be inefficient, you're going to be a complete degenerate.
I think marijuana is still viewed by most educators as a gateway drug.
And it also relates back to the gateway drug theory, because when you go through DARE, they put marijuana on the same plane as alcohol and tobacco, but they also put it on the same plane as heroin and cocaine and, ecstasy, things of that nature. So they don't, of course, it's a government-run program, so they would never just come out and tell you the truth about marijuana.
The message is good, but it's been drummed in their head for so long.
It's been embedded into their head that it's wrong, and there's so much wrong with it that they're not willing to change their mind.
Marijuana kills.
The national decriminalization or national legalization of marijuana are always very hard questions to answer just because it's never been done before.
It's against the law. I think that it would be a big change.
For me, I think it should be legal, but I don't want to do it.
It's going to have to be something that evolves, something that we're going to have to, a trial and error kind of thing.
But it's been illegal for long enough that people grew up with it being illegal, thinking that is wrong, and they're not going to change their thinking now.
You know, that's always been the great debate.
Well, you know, I think that if there were any drug that I was to target, marijuana would probably be the last on my list.
Actually, I believe marijuana ought to be legalized. As long as they legalize liquor and alcohol, then they ought to legalize marijuana too.
We thought it would be legalized a long time ago.